And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network's special presentation of FHSAA Class 6A Region 2 Semifinals. Tonight, here from USSSA Space Coast Stadium in beautiful Viera, Florida, it's the Battle of the Hawks. It is the Lake Mineola Hawks against the Viera Hawks. And if two teams didn't look any more identical, well, then I don't know what identical is. They both wear green and yellow. They both come in at 21 and 5, and they both have some outstanding bats and arms in the lineup. The Lake Mineola Hawks are led by fifth-year skipper Dr. Kerry Wetro, 81 and 34, coming into this one tonight. The Lake Mineola Hawks got here with a 4-0 victory over Lakeland the other night. Ethan Diaz with a 97-pitch 4-0 one-hit win over the Dreadnoughts. As for the Melbourne Bulldogs, they are under the guidance and tutelage of second-year manager Brock Doty. So far, Viera has defeated their arch nemesis Melbourne in back-to-back games to win a district championship, and then in the regional quarters to get here. You look at these two teams, and again, they hit the ball well, they field the ball well, and they pitch the ball well. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Lake Mineola Hawks. Leading off and playing second base is going to be Fabian. This is one of the coolest names in the history of high school baseball. Fabian Antonsanti. Batting second and doing the DH will be Josh Schaller. Batting third is going to be Keegan Zinn, and he's on the bump tonight. Batting fourth is going to be the power-hitting first baseman, Drew Clymer. Batting fifth, the catcher, Shane Thomas. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Justin Lopez. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Zach Colangelo. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Dylan Dargis, and batting ninth, the center fielder, Ethan Diaz. And let's take you around the Viera outfield and infield from left to right. It's Luke Campbell, Jack Malatino, and Ryan Lewis. From third to first, Simpkins, Torres, Schmidt, and Cruz. And on the bump, it's Cam Wicker getting the second consecutive start. Cam a little shaky the other night. The Wolford commit 6-1 this year with a 1.62 ERA. This is his 12th start. This is his 12th appearance, 8th start in 40 2/3 innings pitched this year. Cam with 64 strikeouts, 16 walks. He's allowed 40 hits, 16 runs, 10 of them earned. Teams are batting .242 against him, as Antonsanti is 2-1. Antonsanti comes in this year batting .329. As a team, Lake Mineola's batting .327. As I said, they get on base. They got a .448 OBP. They can slug the heck out of the ball. .508 for a .956 OBPX. Antonsanti looking at 3-1 from Wicker, and that'll be right there on the corner, and the count is full. Wicker the other night in his decision threw just 38 pitches. He's got 105 to play with for the week, so he's got about 65 to go in this one, and that is a leadoff walk, and that's about where Cam started the other night. And this will bring up Josh Schaller. Josh Schaller. Schaller this year for Lake Mineola, a .403 hitter. And they have stolen 70 bases as a team, so as good lead over there for Antonsanti. Wicker kicks and fires. Nice bunt down the third baseline. Simpkins in. The only place he can go with it is to Fano Cruz. Nice sacrifice by Schaller, and that is one out. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Keegan Zinn. Zinn this year for Lake Mineola is batting .333. This is a team that can hit the ball over the fence, too. They got 17 home runs this year, and Zinn with 4 of them. So now he's got an RBI opportunity out there as far as they go. He's got a dozen of those for the Hawks of Lake Mineola. Wicker takes a peek back. The first pitch offering is drilled into the gap. That'll easily score Anton Santi. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Around second and on his way to third is Zinn, and he's going to be in. He slides. He didn't have to, but he's going to be in with an RBI triple. And the Lake Mineola Hawks lead it 1-0 here in the top of inning number 1. Nice piece of hitting there by Schaller. Or by Zinn scoring Anton Santi. Now, this is the guy you come in looking at his numbers in awe of is first baseman Drew Clymer. He's only batting .429 this year. He's got the triple crown for Lake Mineola, batting .429, 32 RBIs, and 7 home runs. And triple crown means that leads Lake Mineola in those 3 categories. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, as Zinn will come off, and that's helping your own calls right there out of the gate, because Zinn's on the bump tonight for Lake Mineola. The lead at third, Clymer at the dish. Wicker rocks and fires. Nice pitch. Clymer swings and misses. Strike 1. A lot of scouts here tonight. Caleb will show you the radar guns all lined up on the screen here in just a second. 0-1 to Drew. He is an Embry-Riddle commit. The pitch, and that's a shot past the third baseman, easily scoring the second run of the inning, and he's on his way with a stand-up double. Clymer with his 33rd RBI of the year and team-leading 10th double, and just like that, right here in the top of inning number 1, Lake Mineola leads it 2-0. How are these guys a 6 seed? It's the first thing I looked at. No way. Stepping in is the catcher, Shane Lewis. Lewis, 288 this year, 5 doubles, 19 RBIs, two runs in. Wicker's first pitch offering. There's a ground ball to Adriel Torres. Torres up and over to first for the second out of the inning. Down to third base goes Clymer, who doubled in Zinn, or Zinn's pinch runner. And that'll be the second out. Nothing cheap here for Lake Mineola. They are hammering the ball around the yard to start. And this will bring up Justin Lopez, the shortstop, and that hits Lopez. He's not thrilled with it. I wouldn't be either. And that'll be first and third with 2 outs as Zach Colangelo steps in. Colangelo, a .324 hitter. He's got 11 RBIs. So with 2 outs here, I would imagine Lopez will be off and running. Alex Sosa behind the plate tonight for the Viera Hawks, a North Carolina State commit. So 2 outs. The disadvantage in terms of base stealing is the Hawks have 3 good pitchers that all throw in the mid-90s, but they certainly take a while to get the ball to the plate with those high leg kicks. And that first pitch offering is fouled back and out of USSSA Space Coast Stadium for strike 1. 0-1 to Colangelo. Dylan Dargis would be next. The 0-1. Lopez gets back in time. I think right here, Cam's just got to go after the batter. So 2-0, Lake Mineola on top. A triple and a double. Fabian Antonsanti led off with a walk. They'll kill you every time, and it certainly did the Viera Hawks in this situation as Zinn tripled, Clymer doubled, and that's how we got 2. Wicker's pitch, nice curve ball. And it's 0-2 to Colangelo. The middle of that Lake Mineola lineup, just as good as anything Viera has faced all year. Wicker headed to Wolford College. He's off and running. Shows him the ball. Got him. Nope. They says he's safe. Nice play. Thought he had him, but he got in before. Wicker. Nice slide there by Justin Lopez. Base hit now, scores 2. 0-2. Wicker to Colangelo. Nice block by Alex Sosa. I'd like to welcome in Judy McCarthy, Brian Wetro, Michelle McD, Micah Clymer, all watching here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Wicker kicks and fires. Too far outside. And we go to our first Deuces Wild situation of the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right now, there are 5 deuces on the table. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in, 2 hits, 2 on. Make it 6 deuces. Can we get what will the seventh outside? 3-2, and the count is full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wicker has really labored through these first couple of innings. Did so against Melbourne and has done so here, and that's high for a ball. And the bases are loaded for Dylan Dargis. Dargis steps in. You know, when your number 8 hitter's batting .333, you got a pretty good lineup, and that's exactly what Dargis is batting. And he's got 7 RBIs. He's got a home run, a triple, and 2 doubles this year for Coach Wetro. Kerry Wetro in his 5th season, 80, or at least according to Max Preps anyway, and that could be wrong, but according to Max Preps' 5th year, 81 and 34. Bases juice, nowhere to put Dylan, and Wicker's first pitch offering to him is popped up. It is playable. Simpkins calls it. Wicker calls it. Sosa says, I got it. And the wind gives Dargis new life. And as Ole comes shooting out of the dugout of the Lake Mineola Hawks, and Alex certainly not pleased with himself there. We want to thank the Hawks RBI Club for their sponsorship of tonight's game here on the Brevard Sports Network. 0-1. The 9th batter of the inning on deck in Ethan Diaz. What a game he pitched the other night. Here's the pitch outside, 1-1. Diaz the other night with a 97 pitch, 1 hitter against a really good Lakeland team. Beat them 4-0. 1-1 now, though, to the current hitter, Dylan Dargis. And I tell you what, Lake Mineola's got a chance here to really, really put Viera behind the 8 ball, because now it's 2-1. It's a hitter's count. Wicker's got to come in. No place to put him. Can't set up outside here. You got to throw the ball over the plate. And it's high, and Wick just can't find the strike zone. And it's 3-1. And it's 3-1 to Cam. And here comes Brock Doty out to have a conversation.
Visit Fhsaa.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's right, www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on demand.
That happened in 2020, right? The pandemic was 2020? Yeah. 3-1 now. As the home plate umpire points to Brock and lets him know that's the first mound visit of the inning. Second time Got to be a pitching change. Now he's got Lucas Glendening available. He's got Dylan Jordan available for about 30, 40 pitches inside. He's going to walk in a run, and Cam just not tonight. And it's 3-0. And you just don't see this from Cam as Drew Clymer will touch up, and that is 3-0. Stepping in now, the ninth batter of the inning, Ethan Diaz. Hurry up.
Ethan Diaz.
Come on, man. Check the sound. And Diaz, I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but he offered and stayed offered, attempting to bunt. 3-0. Good. Wicker. Base is still loaded. Inside. Oh, he caught a strike. Wicker catches a break there. 0-2. Ethan Diaz this season, 250. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Diaz, 371 this year. 3 triples, 6 doubles, and 11 RBIs. Wicker 0-2 to Diaz. Now can't lose him. Bases loaded. And that is lifted into shallow left field. Campbell on. He'll haul for the third and final out, but not before. Lake Mineola scores 3 times on 2 hits, no errors. They strand 3. We head to the bottom of the first. Lake Mineola 3, Viera coming to bat. All 9 batters to the dish for Lake Mineola Hawks. Let's see what Viera can counter with. It'll be Jack Malatino, Adriel Torres, Alex Sosa, Lucas Clendening, Luke Campbell, Fano Cruz, Cam Simpkins, Ryan Lewis, Mikey Schmidt, 1 through 9. In terms of the Lake Mineola Hawks, fielders from left to right in the outfield, Zach Colangelo out in left, Ethan Diaz in center, and Dylan Dargis and right. Over at third base and being DH for tonight is Brian Castellanos. At shortstop is Justin Lopez. Fabian Antisanti at second, and Drew Clymer at first. Behind the plate is Shane Thomas. And on the bump tonight is Keegan Zinn. For Keegan Zinn this year, Zinn, a senior, is 3-1 with a 3.28 ERA. This is his 9th appearance this season in 21 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 13 hits, 15 runs, 10 of them earned. He has walked 24, struck out 47. Opponents are batting 173 against him, but they do get on base. A 392 OBP against Keegan Zinn, and this is a senior-laden pitching staff if I've ever seen one. As Jack Malatino will step in, the Hawks leadoff hitter.
Leading off for the Hawks, the center fielder, number 1.
All right, Jack Malatino steps in. Malatino, a left-handed hitter. And this season, Malatino's had a good year. Busted out of a slump the other night against Melbourne. First pitch offering is a strike on the outside corner. Malatino batting .366 this year. 19 RBIs, 30 hits in 82 official at-bats. Nothing and 1 to Jack. Curveball misses, but I couldn't tell you where. 1-1. Back it up. Right there. The whole batter's box, okay? The whole batter's circle. 1-2 to Jack. He's got a little movement on that thing, and it's 2-2. The on-deck hitter is arguably one of the hottest hitters in Central Florida right now. We'll tell you about him when he comes to the dish. Strike 3 called. That's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner, and that is strike 3. And that's going to bring up Adriel Torres. Tell you a little something about Adriel. Well, Adriel this year, 6 hits in his first 12 games. He was 6 for 29 to start the year. Since then, Adriel, over his final 15 games, 19 for 46, 413, 24 RBIs. And the other night, a big 2-run jack on the season, rounded out at 338. He leads the Hawks with 28 RBIs this season, and now he's in an 0-2 hole with Alex Fhsaa on deck. And Keegan Zinn rolling right along here. That makes Alex duck under. The 1-2 from Zinn to Torres is fouled off and into the netting here at USSSA Stadium. Glad you could all be with us here tonight. Let us know where you're watching from or who your relative is, and we'll be happy to give you a shout out. Finn Goldinger, where you at, Finn? And a curveball gets him. Strike 3, 2 outs. Alex Fhsaa steps in. The North Carolina commit comes in. Batting .458, 3 home runs, 8 doubles, 23 RBIs. I was checking out Alex today, and he is considered by Major League Baseball as the 118th top prospect in the country, which means Alex is somewhere from a 3rd to a 5th rounder. So he's going to have some decisions to make coming up here in about 6 weeks. Left-handed hitting catcher that was 5'5" and 160 pounds as a freshman, has just absolutely just blown up. Outside corner, strike. Lucas Glendenning on deck. The 1-1 curveball flies off of Shane Thomas's mitt, and it's 2-1. Laura Wetro, Finn Goldinger, Mel Dev, and Damian Minko all watching here tonight. Glad you could be with us. Patricia Velasquez as well. That's a strike. That's a beaut. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. To Fhsaa. Zinn. Inside, ball 3. Alex Fhsaa has walked 27 times this year. That's 10 times more than anybody else on his team. And that's number 28. And this is the guy that has benefited the most right here, because he sees a lot of fastballs.
Now batting for Viera, the designated hitter, number 17, Lucas Glendenning.
Absolutely. Damian Juan Barnes watching from Southern Illinois. Love all Hawk sports. Mom-in-law of Cheryl Dravis. Mom to Mr. Dravis, the interim athletic director for Viera High School. So Fhsaa with I believe Dominic Leone coming in to pinch run. Lucas Glendenning at the plate. And Lucas this year having just a great year. 443, 6 doubles, 19 RBIs for the Hawks. And he's going to Indian River State College. And that gets away. And Leone's going to go down to second base easily. Not sure why. Keegan Zinn would throw over there. He's on a roll. I know he walked Alex Sosa, but no harm, no foul there. Not giving him anything to hit. And now you got a runner at second. And I think Shane Thomas is going out to tell him, man, let's just worry about getting the batter. You're throwing strikes. They ain't hit you yet. Let's go. Or he could be asking him what he wants from Chick-fil-A tonight. I don't know. Taking a shot. The 0-1 to Glendenning. And that gets away, and Leone's going to give it a shot, and this is going to be out. And that is the third and final out of the inning as Dominic Leone gets tossed there on the throw down from Shane Thomas, and it's a great throw at that. So Glendenning will start the inning off. We head to the top of the second. I got it. We head to the top of the second. 3-0, Lake Mineola. But guess what? Back to the top of the lineup for Lake Mineola as Fabian Antensanti steps in. He walked and scored way back in the top of the first. Here in the top of the second, the pitch from Wicker. I don't know. I mean, I don't like. Well, we'll see. I'll just shut up for now. The 2-0 is 2-1. And Suarez says, "Go Lake Mineola. Keep it rolling, Coach Wetro." Billy Martin, Wicker's already thrown 25 pitches. That one is in the gap, but Malatino is there to cut it off and haul it in for the first out. So with the 26 pitches combined with the 38 he threw the other night, he's pushing 55. Down in the bullpen right now, warming up. Brennan Confreitas down there, and I saw somebody else go in. Not sure who it was. I want to say hello to Chris Gallagher, former athletic director at Viera High School. My man Shane Martin also watching here tonight. Alvy Kaufman watching. Katie Dewig. Lisa DiMarino, all watching here tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to Josh Schaller. And Schaller with a nice sacrifice his last time up. He laid a beautiful bunt down the third base side that Simpkins threw him out. But He advanced Anton Santi to second. He easily scored on the triple by Keegan Zinn. Jeremy Baumgartner, the 2-1, way outside, 3-1. Wyatt Wetros says, go Lake Mineola. I'm going to assume you're all related to the manager. And that's a nice pitch, 3-2. Huh? Where is she? Ball 4. Well, go ahead. And that's a walk.
Now batting the pitcher, number 30, Keegan Zinn.
You already got her. Well, she's coming back somehow. The pitch bounces in the dirt, 1-0. Yeah, I don't know. Strike zone a little off right now. I guess the home plate umpire is settling in on the consistent part of it. And just want to let everybody know that people like Nana Live, if you can see them, those are fake links, and we try to catch them as they come up. For some reason, we can't eliminate that one, but don't click on them because they only want your credit card. 1-0 to Zinn, who tripled his last time up. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Say hello to Coach Derek Smith as well. Nice lead. Wicker sensed it, throws over. Okay. Distracted by, so you take care of them. If I see them pop up, I'll get them, okay? 1 ball and 1 strike. That one is lifted into center field. Malatino back, stops, calls, and hauls. 2 outs.
At the plate for Lake Mineola.
All right, this is going to bring up Drew Clymer, and Drew, his last time up, doubled.
The first baseman, number 23, Drew Clymer.
That was his 11th double of the year, which produced his 33rd RBI, and then he would come home to score his 34th run. 1-0 to Clymer. That's a strike on the outside corner. Good to see that call. 1-1. The 1-1, 2 outs. And Wick with a quick throw over. Strike 2. So Wicker 1 strike away from getting Clymer and getting out of an inning without giving up any runs here, and that would be huge after the last inning. The 1-2 coming to Clymer. He's overthrowing. You can see him overthrowing. Well, a lot of times in that situation, you have to settle down and pitch. 2-2 now with 2 outs. A lot of adrenaline. Big game, senior. I get it. I got it. Pitch way outside. 3-2 to Clymer. So after being ahead, he's falling behind to Drew, and the on-deck hitter is Shane Thomas. The 3-2, and that one is lifted down the first base line foul into the capacity crowd.
Hey, kids, remember to return that ball. Those aren't free, but the snacks are if you return it.
The 3-2 again with Josh Schaller. Pitch, and there's a shot to Torres. Scoop, and Torres over to Cruz for the third and final out. So only 4 to the plate that time. A walk is stranded. We head to the bottom of the second. The line score 3-2-0 for Lake Mineola, and triple zeros on the board right now for Viera. It'll be Glendenning, Campbell, and Cruz for the Hawks in the bottom of the second inning here. They trail it 3-0 as Keegan Zinn gets set for his second inning of work, and his first pitch offering to Glendenning is low for a ball, 1-0. And there's a shot all off the glove. That's going to be a base hit for Lucas Glendenning. And the Hawks have a leadoff man aboard with Luke Campbell coming up. Luke, a 355 hitter. He's got a home run, 3 RBI, a home run, 21 RBIs this year. Luke, another Hawk that started slow and has really picked it up the midway point of the season on. Luke headed to the Naval Academy next year. Back it up a little more. There you go. As Luke looks at strike one. Strike two. Fano Cruz is on deck. The 0-2 from Keegan Zinn to Luke Campbell. bounces away, but Shane Thomas blocks it nicely, keeps it in front, and keeps Lucas Glendenning at first base in the process. But Campbell is rung up, as they say he swung, and that is the third strikeout of the night. As Fano Cruz steps in, a 275 hitter this year. He's got a home run, 4 triples, 4 doubles, 19 RBIs. Nice pitch from Keegan Zinn. That ball started inside and came back across the plate. That's a beaut. 0-1. Tough to hit at this level. Oh, my goodness. Where did that miss? I'll tell you. 1-1. Shane Thomas turned around and asked the same question. 1-1. And Zinn throws over. Not a big lead for Lucas. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop over to the second baseman for 1. Back to first won't get Cruz, but they do get the lead runner in Glendenning. And that's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Cam Simpkins. Simpkins, a 310 hitter for skipper Brock Doty.
Now batting for Viera, the third baseman, number 22, Cameron Simpkins.
Bottom of the second, 3-0. Lake Mineola, that's a strike. That gets to the backstop, and Cruz will easily get second. He rounds the bag and holds up wisely, and it's 1-1. Wild pitch. The 2-1 coming. 2-2. Nasty breaking pitch. Zinn to Simpkins, the 2-strike offering. Strike 3. And that will end the inning as Keegan Zinn has registered his 4th strikeout of the night. We head to the top of the third. 3-0, Lake Mineola.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
I'm Marcus May, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
My man. All right. Top of the third inning here. Lake Mineola on top, 3-0, as they get set to send to the plate Shane Thomas, Justin Lopez, and Zach Colangelo. That ball gets away from Sosa. Thomas grounded out to the shortstop. His first time up. As nah, Billy, it sure isn't. And it's 2-0. Three and 0. We'll check, Damien, because there's a ton of radar guns here tonight. So we'll take a look for you. That's a strike on the outside corner. 3 and well, the count is miraculously dropped to 2-1. So I'll go with what's on the scoreboard, 2-1. 3-1 it is. I thought so. Umpire says it's 3-1. I'll bet you think so, Mr. Martin. Inside. And that's a walk, a leadoff walk. And for the second time in 3 innings, the leadoff man is aboard for Lake Mineola. As Justin Lopez steps in, and last inning he was hit by a pitch. Lopez came into the game tonight, batting .264, a couple of home runs on the year. You get a chance to tell you that because he got drilled rather quickly. That's good. No, that's fine. Simpkins. That's a strike at the knees on the corner. 0-1. Yeah, Damian, I'm not going to disagree with you there. That's for sure. He labored through an inning and 2/3, or 2 2/3 the other night, and Brock came and got him and put in Dylan Jordan. Jordan's got about 40 pitches. Glendenning, he squares the bunt, and that's foul ball. Foul ball hit in the batter's box. So that'll be strike 2. You got Brennan Confrated down there, but in these situations, obviously it's all hands on deck. So Brock's got everyone available. The only pitcher in this game tonight not available is Ethan Diaz for Lake Mineola, who threw a 97-pitch one-hit gem the other night, shut out Lakeland. The 0-2, strike 3. And that is the first strikeout of the night for Cam Wicker. And that'll bring up Zach Colangelo. And that one is hit into deep center field. Back goes Malatino. And he hauls it in for the second out. And that'll bring up Dylan Dargis. Dylan walked his last time up.
Batting the right fielder, number 8, Dylan Dargis.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice play by Malatino. And a lot of people say, well, that might look routine, but typically, and especially at this level, a lot of times what center fielders do on line drives like that is their first initial step is in. And then you see them turn, and it's that moment, the oh, you know what moment, right? I should have, but on that one, Malatino immediately turned and started to go back. And that was a really good play because that could have easily gotten over his head. And that's a strike, and it's 1-1. I mean, I say at this level, you see it in the major league level. 1-1. A little too far outside. 2-1. Ethan Diaz is on deck, so. Yeah, you got to come up, it's going to dive on me. But a lot of times they shoot off and go, and Sosa the throw to second. What a throw. Oh, and the ball is dropped. He had him, Sosa, with a perfect throw, and unfortunately Mikey Schmidt couldn't corral it, and in with a stolen base is Shane Thomas, and the count is now 3-1 to Dargis with Diaz on deck. Strike 2, so now a full count here. Alex got that bounce throw perfected, doesn't he? Here comes the 3-2, and he'll miss. That was low. Ball 4, so Ethan Diaz will come to the plate. Ethan flied out to Lucas Campbell his last time up, the left fielder.
Number 2, Ethan Diaz.
And here comes Brock Doty, and that's it. Brock signals to the bullpen. The Hawks RBI move to the RBI club, move to the bullpen. We'll be back to tell you all about the new pitcher in just a moment. All right, the new Hawks pitcher is reached the mound, and it is the southpaw sophomore Brennan Confreda to come in. And I'll tell you what, Brennan has quite a year. 2-1 with a 0.27 ERA. This is his 13th appearance. He started one game for Viera this year. He's made one save. He has one save, I should say, in 26 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed just 12 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned, walked 9, and he has struck out 49. And Confreda changes speeds, locates his pitches, and he does a really nice job of throwing strikes. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Marcus May, and you're watching Viera Sports Network.
My man. All right, Steve Chadwick says, can Jordan not pitch today? Dylan Jordan threw 65 pitches, I believe, the other night. he can pitch. He can throw about 40 pitches in this game. But I think, and Jeff Versick is right. At this point, it doesn't matter unless Viera can put a couple runs on the board. That's for sure. But you certainly don't want to give up anymore. As Versick will step in and face the left-handed hitting Ethan Diaz. So you got a lefty-lefty battle here. Diaz came in to the game tonight, batting .371, 3 triples, 6 doubles, 11 RBIs. Dylan Dargis at first, Shane Thomas at second. Both of them reached via the walk. 6 walks issued tonight by Cam Wicker. There's a shot. Torres over to first, and that'll be the third and final out. 1 pitch, and the third out from Brennan Confreda. Lake Mineola, tell you what, if I'm nitpicking here, Lake Mineola has stranded 6 through 3, but they have 3. The Hawks with nothing. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. Ryan Lewis, Mikey Schmidt, and then back to the top of the order. Ryan Lewis steps in. Ryan batting .320 this year. The senior. Viera trails it 3-0 here in the bottom of the inning, number 3. First pitch offering is a ball. Keegan's in. Strike 1, 1-1. And there's a shot up the middle, and Ryan Lewis with the second Hawk hit of the night. And he, for the second consecutive inning, Viera's got the leadoff guy aboard. We got to do something with it here. See if Mikey Schmidt lays one down. The number 9 hitter, Mikey Schmidt, comes in batting .259. The junior has a double 7 RBIs this season for the Hawks, left-handed hitter. And Mikey goes to offer and doesn't pull the bat back on a ball. And it's 0-1. Let's see if he does show bunt again. And he swings away this time, and Mikey's in an 0-2 hole here. Now he's got a battle. Brian Castellano backs up now. The 0-2 from Zinn to Schmidt. Inside, 1-2. And it's 2-2. And it's 3-2. And on the wild pitch, Ryan Lewis will take second base. And all of a sudden, Mikey Schmidt has taken 3 balls. They haven't really been close either. The 3-2. Oh, he got him on a curveball. That's as Shane Thomas finishes it off there. And that's 1 out. So Jack Malatino will step up. Jack struck out looking his first time up.
Now batting for the Hawks, the center fielder, #1, Jack Malatino.
See how I dealt with him, right? I'm not even going there tonight. I'm not battling comments. Low for a ball, 1-0. Inside, back to the backstop. You got to hurry. And that time, the throw off the backstop will not get Ryan Lewis. And now Viera's definitely got to cash in. They've got at least 1 run 90 feet away now. And Keegan Zinn losing a little bit of control of his curveball. And Shane Thomas was doing a really good job blocking these in the first 2 1/3 innings there. But now they're starting to get to the backstop. And that's an issue when runners are aboard. So Malatino just needs to hit the ball to the right side of the field. That curveball up, and it's 3-0 to Jack. Adriel Torres is on deck. And that's a strike. And that's ball 4. And Malatino is aboard. Go look at that radar gun. Go stand up back here and look at that radar gun. I want to know how hard he's throwing.
Now batting for Viera, the shortstop.
As Adriel Torres steps in. Adriel struck out his first time up. You see it? As Zinn, first pitch offering to Adriel, and that is a strike. 76-mile-an-hour curveball there. Two on, the first real threat of the night for Viera. And Keegan. What is it? 90 mile an hour. So he's around 90, 91 is where Keegan Zinn is tonight. One ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Outside. Nice job by Shane Thomas. Starting to get away a little bit here. So Damian Minko wanted to know. Damian around 90, 91, 92, I would say, is where he's at. With a 76-mile-an-hour curveball in his pocket. 2-1. Wow. Wow, I don't know how he did not swing at that, but it's 3-1. That's a ball, so a good take. The 3-1, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the Viera Hawks, and you just couldn't ask for a better situation as the North Carolina State commit will step in and Alex Sosa. Ryan Lewis at third, Adriel Torres at first, Jack Malatino at second, and Alex came into the game tonight. Talked about the Triple Crown leader for Lake Mineola being Clymer. Well, Alex has got 2 of the 3. He leads the team in batting average, batting .458. He's got 3 of the Viera 8 home runs, and Alex this year 23 RBIs. And if ever there was a situation tailor-made for the left-handed power-hitting catcher, this is it right here. 1 out, bases loaded, 3-0, Lake Mineola on top. And he'll look at strike 1 following the mound visit. He swings and misses at the curveball, a nasty one, and it's 0-2, and now Alex has got a battle. We told you about how many walks he's had. 28, he walked his first. He's only struck out 10 times. So he's a prize to get if you're a pitcher. And there's a shot in the right field. 1 Viera run will score. Oh, the third baseman interfered. And here comes Malatino's slide. Safe, safe. And the Hawks have played it 2 here. And now trail 3-2 on the RBI single by Alex Sosa. Boy, that was going to be a hairy situation there. Malatino rounded third and ran into the third baseman, and the umpire pointed. I think Malatino was going to be granted home anyway, and Viera is in business here. Ryan Lewis. And for Alex Sosa, RBIs 24 and 25. 2-strike RBI single for Alex. And he went down and got that. Because I'm going to tell you what, that was a nice-looking breaking pitch from Keegan Zinn. And Alex with a nice piece of hitting there. And it's 3-2. As Lucas fouls it off, and it's 1-2 now. You got all that, right? Okay. You see what I mean about just going left and right? (3-2). 3 runs, 2 hits for Lake Mineola. 2 runs, 3 hits for Viera, and Glenn Denning with a nice take there. And I believe it's 2-2. As Dominic Leone comes on to run for Alex Sosa. Still just 1 out, 2 on. Adriel Torres is at second base. Dominic Leone at first. And so it is now 2 strikes to Glenn Denning. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lucas. And I'll tell you what, Lucas was on that curveball. Little foul off the screen. And we got us a game. The 2-2, 3-2. The on-deck hitter is Luke Campbell. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for Luke Campbell. And this might be, I don't know that I can't see the bullpens. And they're going to bring the infield in, or at least let's see what Coach is going to do here. Wetro brings the first baseman in. The middle infielder still straight up. Inside, it hit him. It got away, and tying it up is Adriel Torres on the wild pitch. And Keegan Zinn has lost the strike zone here in the bottom of the third. I thought it hit him, but it got inside. I don't know how it missed Luke. And Torres ties it up, and we're all knotted at 3 here. Bottom 3 now. New game. Still just 1 out. First base is now open. Curveball in for a strike. 1-1. And heading out to the bullpen. Looks like number 11 for Lake Mineola. That's Lopez. 1-1. Second and third. Campbell foul tips it, and now he's got a battle. Viera has sent 6th as the 7th batter to the plate this inning. Campbell with the 1-2. In, oof. 2-2. Luke steps out, asks for time. The on-deck hitter is Fano Cruz. The 2-2. Strike 3. Gets away, though, to the backstop. And another run will score. And Viera takes the lead as Dominic Leone touches up. And it's 4-3 on another wild pitch. And the wild pitches have killed Keegan Zinn in this inning. But Campbell strikes out, but he takes first base. So runner at first, and now you need an additional out here. This is going to be a 4-out inning. Fano Cruz steps in, and the Hawks still just 1 out. And there's a chopper that'll score another Viera run. And they say he's safe. Fano Cruz with a hustle job down the line. Beating it out. He slides at the last minute. What a play as Lucas Glendenning scores the 5th Viera run of the inning. And it's 1st and 2nd with just 1 out as Cam Simpkins steps in. What a job by Fano. And a double steal. And right now, Lake Mineola has got to, they're scratching their heads here. 0-1. And the same thing that Lucas Glendenning was doing in that second inning, or back in that first and second inning when he gave up the runs and could. And that's the same thing Keegan Zinn's doing, right? You can see in the leg kick, he's overthrowing instead of pitching. He got away from pitching. And they're going to steal home on a suicide squeeze foul ball. They got him. Nope. And he didn't. He didn't. And now they'll get the strikeout. And that'll do it. They get all the outs right there that they need. So that will end the inning. The suicide squeeze did not work. I thought he fouled it, but he didn't. The ball just dropped down. And that's what Brock is asking. Was that not a foul ball anyway? Wow, that was strange. Strange way to end an inning, but they do. Simpkins strikes out. The Hawks, though, send 9 batters to the plate that inning. They score 5 runs. They get just 2 hits in doing it. The big hit of the inning, though, obviously the RBI single by Alex Sosa with 2 strikes. They now lead it by 2, 5-3. All right, it's Brennan Confreda's game now as we go to the top of the 4th inning. A wild one here. I mean, it really is a wild one. And Rhonda Schwenner says, let's go Lake Mineola. And, yeah, I mean, this is just a crazy game there. I mean, each team has had an inning where they've sent 9 batters to the plate. Pitchers have looked good. They've looked bad. I mean, it's nuts. But leading it off here, back to the top of the lineup we go again, as Confreda drops in a purdy curveball, and it's Fabian Antensante. He walked and flew out. What? No, this is not Shane Thomas. The public address announcer said it's the catcher. It's not. It's the top of the lineup. And it's 1-1 to Fabian. And there's a ground ball to Mikey Schmidt, up and over to Cruz, out number 1. And this will bring up Josh Schaller. And Schaller with a sacrifice and a walk.
Correction, that was second baseman number 37, Fabian Antensante. Now at the plate for Lake Mineola, the designated hitter, number 9, Josh Schaller.
I don't disagree with you there, Andrew. That's for sure. But I just thought the way Alex battled back from 0-2, but that curveball, I mean, he went down and got that curveball on the previous pitch. Keegan came back and threw him the same pitch, and Alex looked foolish on the second swing. And that ball is hit into center field and drops in for a base hit. But I just thought the way he battled there really provided them a boost. But I'll take it all. I mean, honestly. And this is going to bring up Keegan Zinn, and Zinn tripled and flew out. And now a runner on with 1 out here. Good piece of hitting there by Schaller. Patricia Vasquez says, let's go LMH. And Keegan, first pitch offering from Confreda, is fouled off and back to the screen. Yeah, true, very true. And the 0-1 to Zinn, and that is popped up and out of play, and Confreda is ahead 0-2. You know, we talk about Brendan Confreda, and The thing that that really makes me feel old is having watched Brendan Confreda come up through Viera Little League and watch some of the games he's pitched in Little League. His little brother as well. I mean, it's crazy, but Brennan has really, really done well. The 0-2 to Zinn, and I'll tell you what, Keegan's doing a nice job fighting off and battling here, 0-2. And the power hitting first baseman, Drew Clymer, is on deck. So 1 out unless Confreda turns a double play or unless fielders turn a double play. He'll be facing the Embry-Riddle commit. 0-2 to Zinn. Confreda, shot back up the middle. Torres steps on second for 1, and that's exactly what he does. A 6-3 double play for the second consecutive game. Adriel Torres turns it. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-3 Viera. All right, the man that started it all, the last inning, Ryan Lewis steps up.
Now batting for Viera, the right fielder, number 10, Ryan
Andrew,
Lewis.
you are right, and we got a new pitcher. I think we do. Yeah, number 1. All right, let's tell you about the new pitcher. It is Fabian Anton Sante. Like I said, I like that name. And he throws a nice looking pitch there. And it's one of, so let's tell you about Fabian. Does it say number 1?
It looks like number 1.
Well, can't be because he has no pitching stats, so we got to be screwing something up. 0 is, don't know who it is.
That font doesn't make it easy. I don't know.
Well, figure it out. If anybody from, yeah, that's what I looked. I thought, I think it could be Dylan Dargis. I think it is Dylan Dargis. Yeah, it is Dargis. So that's a good call there. I'll tell you about Dargis here on the 2-2, and that's fouled off. All right, so if it is Dargis, and I believe it is, Dargis is 4-0 with a 2.43 ERA. This is his 9th appearance this season. In 23 innings pitched, 15 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 23. Opponents are batting just 183 against Argus. And the 3-2 to Ryan Lewis is a chopper foul. Yeah, that's Dylan Dargis. So the book is closed on Keegan Zinn. He goes 3, gives up 5. And that's ball 4. And Simpkins with a leadoff walk. And here go the Hawks again.
Now batting for Viera, the second baseman,
Mikey Schmidt steps in, and
Mikey Schmidt.
you know, this is a staff this year that had an outstanding strikeout to walk ratio. 217 strikeouts as a staff, just 93 walks, and that one gets away. And down to second base goes Ryan Lewis. And that's a pass ball because I thought that was a pretty catchable ball. And here comes
Hey fans,
the manager.
posting pictures from today's event on your social media accounts? Tag the FHSAA and we'll retweet and share it. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching.
I believe that's Dr. Wetcher. I'm not sure.
You can also like us on Facebook at
Out there, 1-0 to Mikey Schmidt, and top of the Hawks order on deck here. 3-2. They got an error. I don't remember Lake Mineola making an error. Yeah, 3-2-0 for Lake Mineola, 5-5-0 for Viera.
You know what they probably gave him the error on?
On the throw over to first. That's what it was. Okay, so yeah, so they do have an error. That's what it was. Yeah, no, that's what the.
I was thinking it was off the pitcher's glove.
No, that's where the error was. And Schmidt pops this one up. Give that fan a contract. Growing up in Baltimore, going to Old Memorial Stadium, the public address announcer, legendary Rex Barney, when a fan would catch a foul ball, he would come on the public address announcer and say, "Give that fan a contract." And that's a strike. And then the ushers would reach in their pocket and they would give you a little slip of paper. It was cool. It was awesome. One and two to Mikey.
So I may not say that too loud. A's ownership might actually come find him.
Yeah. And Mikey strikes out on a bunt attempt with 2 strikes as he fouls it off. And that's
Now batting for Viera, the center fielder, number 1, Jack Malatino.
and Jack Malatino steps up. And how big was the Malatino walk? As Andrew said, it was huge, that's for sure. Thank you, Sterling. Appreciate it. Been a blast covering Viera baseball this year. We want to thank the Hawks RBI Club. It's our 18th Viera game this year.
Faces the winner of the game between George Jenkins
Our 18th, I went back and counted yesterday. This is our 18th Viera game. And our 40th baseball and softball game combined this spring. So it's been a good spring on the network. Malatino 1-0 with Lewis at second. The pitch way outside, 2-0. Swung on and missed, strike 1. And if you're watching from Lake Mineola, I apologize if we sound like a homer. We try to be, fair, but we get caught up in it as well when you cover a team that much. And that is fouled off the screen. But we definitely want to try and call fair broadcast. Nobody wants to jump on and just listen to a straight homerism, you know. Malatino now 2-2. And that'll be 3-2. Count is full. The state championships coming up Wednesday through Saturday, May 17th through the 20th at Lee County Sports Complex. Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers. And the winner of this game, and that ball is fouled off, and Malatino and Dargis battling here. The winner will face the winner of George Jenkins and Land O'Lakes. George Jenkins and Land O'Lakes in the regional finals, and that's going to come up on Tuesday, May 16th. Dargis is 3-2 to Malatino, and he just lost one. That ball could drop. Is that fair? Foul. Now, as you look at this, I don't see any details on that game. Jenkins, the top seed, so Lake Mineola is going to travel no matter if they come back and win. They're going to travel no matter who wins between George Jenkins and the Land of Butter. If it's Jenkins, then and Viera wins, they would travel to George Jenkins. If it's Land O'Lakes, then they'll travel here. The 3-2 to Malatino. And that ball is lifted. That's going to get down. Fair ball. And around third to score the sixth Viera run is Ryan Lewis as Jack Malatino goes the other way with a double. And it's 6-3 Viera. Nice piece of hitting to take that ball down the line. And that's going to do it, I believe, for Dylan Dargis, because this is his second trip to the mound. And I believe he's got to come out now. If that's Coach Wetro. Yeah, it is. All right, so we're going to get a new pitcher here. And we'll tell you who that pitcher is. I think this is Nunez. I think it's Luke Nunez. So Luke Nunez making his 8th appearance, 2.74 ERA, no record. Hard-throwing right-hander. Nunez in 7 2/3 innings pitched this year, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 runs, 1 of them earned. He struck out 12, and opponents are batting .235 against him. And he's going to step in to face Torres and Sosa at the least. As Take Me Out to the Ball game plays here. 6-6-0 for Viera, 3-2-1 for Lake Mineola. It looked bleak early as Lake Mineola put 3 on the board with a great first inning. And Viera seemingly couldn't put the ball. Wetro. Thank you. Wetro. Dr. Wetro. All right, Adriel Torres steps in. Torres walked and scored and struck out. Turned a double play the last inning. First pitch, and that's a shot to the second baseman. Nice handle there by If that's Fabian, I don't know if Fabian Antasanti went back. He did not.
Your attention, fans.
That's number
Welcome to Lake
27.
Mineola, number 99, Zach Walsh.
21. Who they say is pitching? Zach Walsh.
Catcher, number 13,
I got that all wrong. So it's Zach Walsh at 3-1 with a 3.04 ERA. As Sosa steps in, Torres goes down on the 4-3. So it's Walsh making his 16th appearance, 3-1 with a 3.04 ERA. 25 and a third innings pitched this year. That ball gets away, and the 7th Viera run will score in the form of Malatino. And his jersey says 99. See it? So I don't know who that is pitching, but they say it's Zach Walsh, so there is no 99 on my roster. I apologize, Lake Mineola. So the wild pitch, 7-3. That is if you could imagine, that is the third Viera run scored on a ball to the backstop tonight. And the bases are empty with 2 outs and Alex Sosa at the plate. So if anybody knows who this actually is pitching, help me out. Zach Walsh. Okay, thank you, Billy. And that ball is hit deep in the right field, over the right fielder's head for a ground rule double. And Alex Sosa's having him a night. Single, 2 RBIs, and a double over the right field wall as he just crushed that pitch. And that'll bring up Lucas Glendening. Yeah, no doubt, Damian. We talked about it earlier, and I said I don't know if this is going to come back to haunt Lake Mineola, but they have now left 7 on base tonight. As Glendening steps in and Dominic Leone comes in to pinch run. So Zach Walsh this year in 25 and a third innings, 27 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, 10 walks, and 32 strikeouts. And there's another ball to the backstop, and we're close to it, and down to third base goes Leone. The 2-0. And Glendening with a chopper to Lopez, up and over to first for the third and final out of the inning. But the Hawks score 2 more, and we head to the top of inning number 5. And I'm going to turn it over for an inning to my partner in crime as I take a break, my man, Caleb Brown.
All right, as we get set to start the top of inning number 5. Your score, the Viera Hawks 7 at Lake Mineola 3. Leading off the inning is the first baseman, Drew Clymer, the Emory-Riddle commit. Last time up, Clymer hit into a 6-3. And Confreda on the mound for the Hawks. Confreda deals it up, and that one missed. Guessing a bit inside, I'm guessing. 1-0. That one low. Count is now 2-0 to Clymer. The 2-0, and that one's going to be hit down the first base line, and it will go foul. So that'll just be a long strike. Count will be 2-1. Confreda looks, kicks, and delivers a 2-1. That one inside, and the count is now 3-1 to Clymer. Confreda delivers a 3-1, and that one's going to be hit into right field. And catch made by Ryan Lewis for out number 1. Ryan Lewis with out number 1. That'll due up next is Shane Thomas. And after him is Justin Lopez. Shane Thomas walked his last time up back in inning number 3. And that one will be bounced to the plate for ball 1. That was a great track there by Lewis. Covered a lot of ground into that corner for making the out. That one on the edge of the plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. Confreda's delivery, and that one will be fouled, and about 15 kids are going up searching for that one. Just feels natural at a ballpark. Watch kids just go scurrying for foul balls. Count is 1-2. Try to get him chase outside, and he took a step but didn't swing. Count is 2-2. Two Lake Mineola trying to get something going here. And that one's going to be hit over to second. Had trouble handling it and pulls him off the bag. Oh, going to go down as an error, so he'll reach on the error. And now with a run on first, brings up the shortstop, Justin Lopez.
The shortstop, number 11, Justin Lopez.
Thomas with a little bit of a lead, and Lopez swings at strike 1. Look, and that's why you hustle on every play. You never know what's going to happen. You could have a hard time picking the ball up off the ground, and next thing you know, you find yourself on base. And this one will be given a ride out to right field. Lewis takes 2 steps in and makes out number 2 happen. Thomas will stay at first base. Due up next, Zach Colangelo due up at the plate now. And that one right down Viera Boulevard for strike one. Thomas over there getting a bit of a lead. And Confreda throwing over, saying, I see you over there. Thomas goes right back out to that lead, leaning a little back towards first base. Strike two, 0-2 now. 2 outs, runner on first for Colangelo. Confreda throws back over to first, and Thomas gets back there safely. Just playing a little catch there with Cruz. Confreda, the 0-2, swing and a miss for strike three, and that will end the inning. So, Lake Mineola leaves one stranded. We head to the bottom of inning number 5 with your score. Viera 7, Lake Mineola 3. As you see the crowd here doing the YMCA capacity crowd here tonight. Parents, students, all out here enjoying a great night of baseball. Saw the Viera side. Scheduled for the inning, Luke Campbell, Fano Cruz, and Cameron Simpkins. First pitch, Campbell slips through the catcher and goes for ball one. Campbell, last time up, he struck out but still advanced to first on the throw on the attempted steal. And Campbell will foul that one off, and count will be 1-1. Campbell awaits the 1-1. And that one fouled back out of USSSA Stadium, as about now 17 kids this time go tailing for it. Hey, look, I'd go running too if I didn't have to do the broadcast. Free snack's a free snack.
Dude, you and snacks. You set yourself up for that one.
I know. There was a 2-1, and that was going to be foul tip. That's going to be a strikeout, but he will reach first. Very similar to his last at-bat. Due up next is Fano Cruz. Fano Cruz has singled and walked. I will. Like the crowd was doing the YMCA, was getting the student section. And Cruz hits that one out to right field. And that'll be a single. So that's 2 singles on the night for Cruz. The next up, Cameron Simpkins. And Simpkins has struck out twice.
Viera, the third baseman, number 22, Cameron Simpkins.
Yeah. Three Viera runs have come on pass balls tonight. First pitch. And they're going to try. We almost thought that one was airmailed. But second baseman there showing his athletic ability. Oh and 1. 2 on. Nobody out. Or Simpkins trying to lay down the bunt. And the catcher's just daring somebody to try to take too big of a lead. And Cam did not pull back on the offer. Score is at the top of your screen. 7-3, Viera on top.
Fans, reminder, the winner of this game advances to the regional championship. At a site and time to be announced, where it faces the winner of the game between George Jenkins.
Simpkins quickly down 0-2 as he gets his instructions from Coach Doty.
The site and time of the game.
Simpkins steps back in. That one outside. Try to get him to chase one. Yeah. On that bus ride home, Shane Thomas, win or lose, will be sleeping good because he has been so busy tonight. And that one's fouled back and hits that glass in the luxury box section. And they're going to try to pick off Malatino at second unsuccessfully. Sure that's not Campbell? Yeah. And tried to frame that one. And it's outside. Count is 2-2. And swing and a miss for strikeout, and that's out number 1 up for the inning. Next due up is Ryan Lewis, who has scored 2 runs tonight. In that last half inning, had 2 beautiful outs out in right field.
Ryan Lewis.
He's got 2 on, 1 out. And Lewis watches strike 1. Yes. Allen gave me bad information there. And he watches strike 2, so now quickly down 0-2. He's got a battle. On deck is Cole Smith and Lewis. The 0-2, that one high and outside for ball 1. I'd like to welcome Luis Mendez to the broadcast. Lewis waits the 1-2. That one outside. Count is all evened up at 2-2. That one high and inside. Count is now full. That scoreboard shows the 3-2-1. Three balls, two strikes, one out. Two runners on. And he swung at that one so hard, the bat went flying with it. And that's one of the most intense strikeouts I've ever seen, where the bat went into, almost went into the Lake Mineola dugout.
Viera, the second baseman, number 7, Mikey.
Nope, that's number 2. Yeah, that's right, Cole Smith batting for Mikey Schmidt.
Correction. Now at bat for Viera, number 2, Cole Smith.
Smith watches that one go outside for ball 1. Smith at first at bat of the game as he watches that one tail back in for strike 1. He's batting 172 coming into tonight's matchup. And he fouls that one back. And that is disappearing into the lights. And hit an empty patch of seats. As you'll now hear the horses come running on through as the kids will go battle for that one. That one count is now 2-2. So we have our Deuces Wild situation, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Deuces are running wilder than Hulkamania. Brother. Oh, and number 2's at the plate. And he watches strike 3 get called. So after two Hawks get on base, the next 3 all get struck out. We head to the top of the 6th inning and back to the main event man, Alan Slaughter-Zinski.
All right, welcome back here as we go to the top of the 6th, and the Hawks had a bash at the beach in the 3rd and the 4th inning, hoping to make it a SummerSlam as they go all the way to Fort Myers at the end of the month. Staying with it. What you gonna do, brother? Caleb and his Hawkamania, never gonna get the wrestling nerd out of him. All right, it is going to be, supposed to be, Dylan Dargis, Ethan Diaz, and Fabian Antensante for Lake Mineola, who was down to their final 6 outs against the sophomore southpaw Brennan Confreda. So Dargis apparently being reinserted here. 3-2-1 for Lake Mineola. 7-8-1 your line scores for the two Hawks. Confreda, first pitch offering to Dargis is a beaut, and it's 0-1. Low. Spring football coming up next week. Let you know where we'll be. We're doing Viera. I know we're going down to Viera for a Heritage game. And it's almost the end of the school year, Caleb. What are we going to do? Well, Little League Baseball's coming. And there's a chopper. Confreda off the bump, throws. Cruz with the stretch. One out. Ethan Diaz will step up. Ethan is flied out to left and grounded out to Adriel Torres tonight.
Are we playing a softball game in this stadium?
Yeah, that's right. Caleb's going to be playing in the battle of the elementary schools coming up, softball, here May 25th. May 25th. You'll see that on Brevard Sports Network as well. If it's sports in Brevard County, we try to bring it to you. Try. 7-3, Viera on top as Diaz swings and misses. Three in the first, nothing since for the Hawks of Lake Mineola. Diaz squares the bunt, and Confreda drops it on the outside corner for strike two. 0-2. Brock Doty's just got to be thrilled to get 2 more years with Brendan Confreda. Alex says it was off the plate. It was off the plate. Calm down, everybody. The umpires in the stands wanted a strike. 1-2. Good waste pitch. Diaz a good hitter. The 1-2. Oh, the curveball is the beaut. Strike 3. That one dropped off the table. 12-6. And it's 2 outs. Top of the lineup. Fabian Anton Santi walked, flew out, and grounded out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 37, Fabian Anton Santi.
Anton Santi. That's like Anthony Santander for my Orioles, who I'm not saying anything. They just playing decent baseball at the moment. Leave it at that. Nice. But outside, ball 1. Confreda rolling here. 1-0. Outside. I jinxed him. 2-0. Top of the lineup, due up for the Hawks in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 1. Malatino, Torres, and Sosa all due up. You know, this place should host the state championships, too. She get a shot at that. More than capable. The 3-1 is belted into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Santi reaches with a 2-out. Little blooper base hit there, and Josh Shaler steps in. Shaler with a sacrifice, a walk, and a single tonight.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Josh Schaller.
Schaller came into the game batting .403 this year. And Confreda's got a heck of a move the first, so Fabian wants to be careful over there. That's quite a lead. But with a 4-run lead, I don't think Confreda's overly concerned with the guy at first. And that's strike one to Schaller. Strike two as Brennan's got Schaller in a hole here with 2 outs. Oh, there's no reason. I mean, they host everything else here. I mean, it's got there's a professional softball team that plays here. So, I mean, certainly capable of hosting. I mean, you had 3 different Major League Baseball off and running. Sosa's not going to be able to get it's in Santi. I mean, you had 3 different Major League organizations hold spring training here. You had the Expos, the Marlins, and the Nationals all here, too. But you get the point. And there's a shot in the hole. Torres with a sliding backhand to throw to first. Adriel Torres with a web gem. Dead and end. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 7-3, Viera. All right, I'm going to take a guess and say the new Lake Mineola pitcher is Zach Colangelo, the senior, 1-0 this season with a 4.20 ERA, making his 7th appearance. Colangelo, 6 2/3 innings pitched this year, given up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walked 13, struck out 9. Opponents are batting 136 off of him, and he's going to get the top of the lineup in Malatino, Torres, and Sosa. And I'll tell you what, Adriel Torres with an unbelievable play to end the top of the 6th inning there. Backhand sliding in the hole. That's impressive. But the throw, unreal. As Jack Malatino steps in, Malatino has struck out, walked, and doubled. Of course I got it wrong. It's 29, Ryan Paul. So Paul is 3-1 with a 3.04 ERA. Paul, 37 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up 27 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, walked 10, struck out 32, and opponents are batting 190 off of Malatino. We'll look at strike one. If you're looking ahead to the top half of the 7th inning, it's going to be Zinn, Clymer, and Thomas. 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Lake Mineola. So Malatino now 1-1. with Ozzie Smith Jr. on deck. In Adriel Torres. The 1-2 now to Malatino from Paul. Jack stays alive. Once again, I want to thank the Hawks RBI Club for their support of Brevard Sports Network. It's been a blast working with Pete Sosa and Miss Keith. This is Leanne Keith. And, I mean, just we've had a great year of Viera baseball. And see if we can get an update on that George Jenkins game for you. Pitch, and Malatino lines one into center field for a base hit, and it's over. If Viera can pull this off, actually it's in the 5th inning, and Land O'Lakes is ahead 4-2. Right now, 4-2. Land O'Lakes ahead over George Jenkins. If Land O'Lakes can hold on and Viera holds on, Land O'Lakes will come here. Yeah, so Malatino with a nice piece of hitting there. 5th inning there. The Gators and the Eagles. So we might get the Land of Butter coming here, huh? 4-3 Land O'Lakes. Thank you, Stephen. So anybody could keep us updated on that, that would be great. Swung on and missed. That game will be here Tuesday night. That's your regional finals. We got a real dilemma on our hands Tuesday night, don't we? Because I already have a regional semifinal to do. But we'll get it figured out. We always do. Malatino, this one lofted into left field. And back goes Colangelo to haul it in for out number 1. Malatino was off on the pitch. But we'll bring both of those games to you, no doubt, as Alex Sosa steps in.
Now batting for Viera, the catcher, number 13, Alex Sosa.
Sosa tonight walked, 2 RBI single, and a ground rule double. With Malatino at first, he is 2 for 2. Paul's pitch to Sosa. High for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, Malatino is a very tough out. Alex pops this up. This ball is skied high in the left field. Colangelo under it and hauls it. Out number 2, barely, but he got it there. And that'll bring up Lucas Glendenning with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Glendenning tonight singled, but was out at second on a ground ball. Scored the following inning and then grounded out to the shortstop. He walked. I'm sorry, Lucas had a base hit and then scored eventually. The pitch off and running, big jump. Thomas's throw. Got him, I think. Yes, he did. And Malatino is caught stolen for just the 4th time this year. That'll end the inning. Lake Mineola down to their final 3 outs. We head to the top of the 7th. It'll be Keegan Zinn, Drew Clymer, and Shane Thomas. right. All right, as noted, final 3 outs. And it couldn't be any tougher for the sophomore Brennan Confreda.
Now at second base for Viera.
Cole, Cole Smith will take over at second base as Keegan Zinn will step in. He tripled way back in the first, flew out and grounded out.
For Lake Mineola, number 30, Keegan Zinn.
Want to thank all of you for watching tonight. Want to thank the Florida High School Athletic Association for the broadcast. And just remind everybody that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Florida High School Athletic Association and Brevard Sports Network. And that ball is pulled down the left field line. Luke Campbell, that'll drop. That'll drop for a base hit. So a leadoff single by, that's actually a double. Nice hustle there by Zinn. So Keegan with a triple and a double tonight. He's at second. But again, this broadcast brought to you by the FHSAA and Brevard Sports Network, and any rebroadcast or retransmission without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association and the Brevard Sports Network is strictly prohibited. But if it's during the regular season and it's on Brevard Sports Network, take whatever you want. All right, so Zinn with a leadoff single down the left field line. Good hustle to get to second, and this is Drew Clymer. Clymer with a double, ground out, and a pop out to the second baseman. His last time up. Or is that the right fielder? Okay. Well, I'm looking at your writing.
Oh yes, that was right.
Right fielder. Sorry. That's why we keep score. Clymer, Confreda, 1-1. And there's a little looping base hit, and around third to score the fourth run is Keegan Zinn, and Clymer is aboard, and that'll bring up Shane Thomas, the catcher. And I don't think it's time for panic yet, but those are the two best hitters in the lineup for sure,
For Lake Mineola, the catcher, number
or two of the best hitters in the lineup, I should say. So it's 7-4. Now, I mean, the tying run is on deck. And Thomas with a shot to the gap. And around second and on his way to third is Clymer. And around first and on his way to second. Uh-oh. And Lake Mineola with nobody out has got a little something going on here. Second and third, and here comes Brock Doty to have a conversation. Don't go anywhere yet, folks. Clymer's at third, and Thomas is at second with Justin Lopez at the plate. Don't forget, Dylan Jordan is still available for about 40 pitches, the hard-throwing junior right-hander that hits about 92, 93 on the gun with about a 75-mile-an-hour curveball.
4-2.
4-3. All right, so Confreda. So now the tying run is at the plate in Shane Thomas. And Thomas this year came into this game tonight batting .288. He's got a triple, 5 doubles, and 19 RBIs. I don't think nobody out, so you're not going to put the tying run at first, that's for sure. So Confreda's got to go get him.
Justin Lopez.
I'm sorry, Justin Lopez is up. Thomas is at second. My bad. So Lopez, let me reset. Lopez, 284 this year. He's got 2 home runs, so he can hit it over the wall. 2 triples, 5 doubles, and 23 RBIs. Definitely an RBI guy for sure. That's second on Lake Mineola behind Clymer, who sits at third. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Confreda. 1-1 and some anxious moments now here at USSSA Stadium, Space Coast. USSSA Space Coast Stadium. No. Buddy out. Pitch to Lopez. And that's up the middle. And that'll score 1 run. And it's 7-5. And down to second base, the throw goes. Got him! What a throw by Fhsaa. And a bad base running mistake by Justin Lopez will cost Lake Mineola an out. I like the aggressive nature of trying to go get a bag, but you need base runners, and Lopez was an important one. And what a throw from Fhsaa. Great tag, too, by Cole Smith. So Lopez credited with an RBI single, and he's out, and they are hitting Brennan Confreda pretty hard, and that's enough, says Brock Doty. And coming in, I believe, is either going to be Lucas Glendenning or Dylan Jordan, and it looks like it's going to be Lucas Glendenning. We'll come back to tell you about the Indian River State College commit coming up in just a moment. It's 7-5, just 1 out. Don't go anywhere. All right, Lucas Glendenning, who has all healed up from his arm trouble a little earlier this season. Lucas, 2-1 with a 5.86 ERA. This is Lucas's 6th appearance this season. Lucas this year in 14 and a third innings has given up 14 hits, 15 runs, 12 of them earned. He's walked 12 and struck out 17. Teams are batting .250 against him. And here we go, folks. This is everything you want and a little bit more. Lake Mineola says, we're not going anywhere yet. So here's the situation. 1 out in the inning. 2 runs are in. There is a runner aboard. It's Shane Thomas. He's at third. The tying run is at the plate in Zach Colangelo, and he will face the new pitcher, the hard-throwing righty, Lucas Glendenning. Coming into the game tonight, Colangelo, a .324 hitter in 37 official at-bats, 12 hits, 11 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a home run. So here we go. Nice curveball. Lucas looks good. No, wrong one, bro. I got it.
The left fielder, number 25, Zach Colangelo.
As Zach Colangelo does indeed step in. And Lucas Glendenning. Shane Thomas is at third. Lucas's first offering is a chopper. Fair. That's a fair ball. The throw from third. What a play. Fano Cruz with the stretch. And the play by Simpkins is 2 out. But the 6th run of the night scores for Lake Mineola. What a play. What a throw by Simpkins. That play a lot more difficult than it looked because that ball was between the runner and the bag. Simpkins grabbed it and the long throw over. Or does he, they say, why is the runner still standing at first? He called him out, right? And they're asking the home plate umpire if Cruz came off the bag. I don't think he did. Uh-oh. Brock Doty watches anxiously down here. He's out as Nice play. And Coach Wheatro was, I believe, suggesting that Fano came off the bag there.
Now batting for Lake Mineola,
And Dylan
fielder number 8, Dylan Dargis.
Dargis is the final hope of the night for the Hawks of Lake Mineola. Dargis, 2 walks, and he grounded out to the pitcher. And Lucas Glendenning, that reminded me of a pitch from the movie Major League. If there was a mascot back there, Glendenning would have killed him. It's 1-0. That one slipped for sure. As Bob Euchre would say, just a bit high and outside or inside. 2-0 to Dargis. Ethan Diaz is on deck, and I'll tell you what, Ethan's a good hitter. That's a strike. Glendenning settles down here, 2-1 to Dargis. 2-2. So here we go, folks. The Deuces Wild scenario. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the Viera Hawk fans are on their feet. Will it be Viera or Lake Mineola? The 2-2. Outside and high, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here we go again. Glendenning. The 3-2, the payoff. And there's a chopper to Torres. Up and over to first, and he throws it away into the dugout, and it hit. I believe he was elbowed or something, but he's going to get second base. And the tying run is going to be at second base as Adriel Torres threw the ball away, and that's going to be an E6, the second run of the night. And Ethan Diaz will come to the plate with the tying run now at second base. So a strange turn of events here. 3 runs in, 2 outs. Diaz, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. The number 6 batter to the plate this inning. And Lake Mineola making a push to tie this one up. Diaz tonight, 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, and a strikeout. Glendenning peeks back to second. Outside, ball 1. Diaz, a .371 hitter. 3 triples, 6 doubles, 11 RBIs. The biggest one of his high school careers at second base. Outside corner, strike 1. 1-1. Two outs, top 7, 7-6 Viera. Strike 2, what a job by Alex Sosa to corral that in. That was off the plate, and Sosa brought it back. 1-2. Down to their final strike again. Glendenning to Diaz. Glendenning steps off. Steps back on. Dargis at second, the tying run, the 1-2 coming. Outside, and here we go again. Deuces are once again wild with number 2 at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, the 2-2 coming. Strike 3! And the Viera Hawks are going to the regional finals for the second time in 3 seasons as they hold off a very, very good Lake Mineola team 7-6, 6, 7, and 1 for the Hawks of Lake Mineola, 7, 9, and 2 for the Hawks of Viera. The winning pitcher tonight, Brennan Confreda, Lucas Glendenning with the save. And Viera moves to 22-5, and Lake Mineola's season ends at 21-6. And a great job by both teams. We want to thank all of you, of course, for joining us here tonight. Our Hawks RBI Club players of the game tonight, Alex Sosa, and for me, Ryan Lewis as well. And so, for Interim Athletic Director Cheryl Dravis, for my partner Caleb Brown, and for all of those out there, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. This has been a presentation of the Brevard Sports Network. Once again, your final score, the Viera Hawks 7, Lake Mineola 6. Have a great night, everybody.